On Thursday evening, we will have the very first presidential debate of the 2024 election season, President Trump versus President Biden. And it's going to be a slugfest, right? Everybody's looking forward to it. There's going to probably be some weird things happening. But one thing that won't be happening that evening is that independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will not be on that debate stage. Because, according to CNN, who is hosting the debate, he didn't meet the criteria. He had to have 15% in at least 4 national polls and be on enough state ballots to where he could actually win the election by getting 270 electoral college votes. And I think he's only on the ballot in 7 states, maybe 9 states. So either way, he doesn't have the poll numbers and he doesn't have the ballot access, so CNN says, sorry, you can't be on the debate stage. Now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s campaign is taking that about as well as you would expect. They are pissed off. But the campaign's response to CNN telling them they can't be on the debate stage was very Trumpian. Here is the statement that Kennedy's campaign released following this announcement. CNN's published debate criteria require that a candidate name must appear on a sufficient number of state ballots to reach the 270 electoral vote threshold. CNN is holding Kennedy to this requirement, but is not requiring Presidents Biden and Trump to meet this requirement by claiming they are each the presumptive nominee of a political party. They then say that CNN's presumptive nominee provision is not in the Federal Election Commission's debate regulation, which the campaign argues is against the law. So they're saying CNN's holding us to this standard, not the other guys, and that's against the law according to the FEC. Even though, I'm going to go ahead and throw cold water on your legal argument here, Trump and Biden are already on enough state ballots, and they do meet the polling threshold too. So, all right off the bat, your legal argument doesn't hold water. Like, it's wrong. It's wrong on its face. You're not telling the truth. They continue. This means CNN and every member of CNN who is participating in planning, executing, and holding this debate is at risk of prosecution, as happened to Michael Cohen for violating campaign finance laws. This risk is now acute, given that any further violation would be knowing and willful and thus could carry with it serious jail time. CNN and its staff are on clear notice, especially given the damning evidence that the Biden campaign has openly demanded Kennedy be excluded from the debates, and Trump received assurances from CNN that Kennedy would be excluded. Again, very, very Trumpian, right? Like, well, if you're not going to let me on stage, you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail. We're going to prosecute you. We're going to take legal action because, this is against the debate rules. Now, here's the thing. They try to compare this to Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen literally made that cash payment to Stormy Daniels on behalf of Donald Trump to keep her quiet so he could win the election. That is very easily defined as an in-kind campaign contribution that was not reported. Cut and dry, because cash was exchanged. This one, on the other hand, they're trying to argue the same thing, right? Like, this is an in-kind campaign contribution, kinda. But in order to have an in-kind campaign contribution, you actually have to be giving the person something of value. And technically, legally speaking, a good lawyer, who clearly, maybe these folks aren't the best, a good lawyer could argue that if their candidate does not do well in the debate, they did not actually receive anything of value, they actually lost value. See what I'm saying? So you can't make these legal assumptions based on things that have not yet happened. And even if they do end up happening, you can still make the argument that you have no case to begin with because we already met the other criteria. Even if that criteria didn't apply to us, we still met it. To put it another way, they have no case. They're whining, they're pissing, they're moaning, and I get it. Look, I'm not a Kennedy supporter, but I do think he should be up on the stage. I think everybody that's running for president, really running for president, should be up on the stage, and Bobby is really running. People should get to hear from him. People should get to hear from Cornel West. People should get to hear from Jill Stein. It shouldn't just be the two. I'll agree on that all day long. But when you start like almost threatening to put people in jail, now you've crossed the line into full crazy town. And I'm not going to follow you into crazy town. So you could have had a little bit of goodwill there, but you ruined it by being totally crazy with your response. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.